Welcome to part 2 of the self-development discussion pillar on the Help We Need podcast, where we aim to empower her. If you've not watched the part 1 video of this series, I would encourage you to do so before continuing with part 2 today. So let's get to it. I hope you've done the homework of talking to the trusted few I mentioned earlier in our part 1 series, and you now have a fairly completed checklist based on the questions that I put across to you. Let's build off on that. Now, what I'm going to do is I will have a dual discussion between you and myself for explanation purposes, and I hope you can follow along. We'll start off with you, identified as Jane Joe, and I will answer the questions I had asked earlier, which I'm going to respond to. So I'm going to start off. How can you describe yourself? That was the first question. My name is Jane Joe, and I'm 5 feet 4 inches tall. I'm Asian and come from a large family of 12. I love cars and would describe myself as an extrovert. The next question. What do you do for a living or at a job? This is Jane Joe responding. I currently work as a desk receptionist for a cargo shipping firm. The next question. What do you do well and most likely enjoy doing? This is Jane Joe's response. I enjoy meeting new people and chatting with them to discover their interests or likes. I enjoy my job as I like to make people feel at ease and comfortable. I find great satisfaction in the customer service field. I love my job as a desk receptionist. I also get along with my colleagues and they really like me. So let me respond to this. Firstly, we've established that Jane Joe is a receptionist, and receptionists play a critical role as the first point of contact for visitors, clients, and colleagues. Their skills and qualities significantly impact the overall impression of the organization. Other technical skills, such as using computer software to do our work, managing phone systems, handling essential office equipment like copiers and scanners, and ensuring that the relevant booking software systems are up to date, should naturally come with the requirements of Jane Joe's job. So based on our response, I would describe Jane Joe's strengths as follows. She has good customer service orientation as she represents the company's brand. Her ability to exude positivity, be friendly, and have an approachable demeanor help solve problems and address visitors' complaints, and be respectful and considerate of diverse backgrounds is a vital competency that she has. She also seems to have good communication skills, which are instrumental in welcoming visitors, answering calls, and writing and responding to email correspondences. Jane Joe also appears to have a good team player mindset, which is also important in her work to ensure she gets along with other employees across various departments in her organization. Her ability to collaborate, share needed information, and contribute to a harmonious work environment is very crucial. So let's move on to the next question. What feedback have you received that you can think of to help improve and enhance yourself? This is Jane Joe's response. I did get feedback that I sometimes talk too much outside the points. I have been told to try to keep my conversations brief and focus on the job at hand to avoid making mistakes and being distracted for irrelevant topics. So we see here that Jane Joe's focus areas are 1. Paying attention to details. This is vital. Hence the feedback to talk less and focus more because accuracy matters in our role as a desk receptionist. Jane Joe needs to double check information, follow through with appointments, and relay messages correctly. This feedback may also impact our ability to multitask. That is, juggle multiple phone calls, assist visitors, while handling administrative duties, and prioritize tasks that require immediate attention. She can't constantly chat and be able to do that. In terms of organization skills, this can also be an area to focus on as our work requires the need to be organized to create order in terms of paperwork and maintaining schedules to keep track of appointments, meetings, and deliveries. She would need to do this with accuracy. Another significant area to focus upon is security awareness, as this is absolutely vital. So visitors who may pose threats to the company don't have access to the premises. Another important thing to point out as a focus area could be adaptability to managing stress, flexibility to changes in visitor flow, and thinking quickly to resolve issues promptly. The next question. Where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 5 years? This is Jane Joe's response. In the next 1 to 2 years, I see myself moving into the role of an administrative assistant. And in the next 5 to 8 years, I'm looking at getting into the position of an executive assistant to a senior ranking officer or director in our company. This is a good response, as Jane Joe has a clear view of her short and long-term goals and knows what she wants to do. The next question would be, how will she get there? My advice to Jane Joe is to first be exceptional at her job before taking on new tasks or assignments that would open the pathway for the role of an administrative assistant. It requires similar experience to the work of a receptionist that she is currently doing at the moment, such as calendar management, data entry, and primary office duties. Understanding organizational dynamics and building a solid foundation is really important to advancing a career from a desk receptionist to an administrative assistant. Now let's get back to the question of how she will get there. Jane Joe may need to enroll for courses in administrative management. She would need to be part of a professional body that promotes career development in the field of administrative assistance and get certified. So she may consider being certified as a certified administrative professional, CAP, or Microsoft Office specialist, MOS. She needs to attend workshops, webinars, and conferences related to administrative and executive roles during her time off or when she's online. I would suggest she also looks for a mentor in the same field within our current organization to support our learning on the job and our career development. Jane Joe would need a sponsor or an advocate in the organization she's currently working at to speak for her or promote her for development opportunities such as secondment assignments or roles in our area of development. Jane Joe would do well to raise her hands for ad hoc assignments that showcase her current skills and enhance other skill areas to a level of advancement. She would also need to start actively applying for internal job openings to express her interest in administrative assistant roles and in the long term for executive support positions. Being persistent is essential as she keeps her eyes on her goals because this may take time. Remember, we established the fact that based on our strengths and focus areas, Jane Joe needs to be exceptional on the job that she's currently doing. And that may take some time. When she is fully grounded and has received feedback that she has advanced in those areas of focus, then it's time to start leveraging those opportunities we earlier talked about. Remember, in organizations, colleagues are well aware of what you do every day, and managers talk to each other. So being very skilled at what she does obviously would go around and would be a testament that managers can trust her to be able to occupy positions of higher knowledge or skill sets. So Jane Joe would need to stay committed to her goal. Learning from setbacks is also very vital. This is not an excuse to throw in the towel and say, I'm giving up, because you reach an impasse or you feel like you're not moving forward or it's really slow in terms of progression than you earlier anticipated. Rather, it's a time to keep going. And that leads me to my next question. Community or support group can keep Jane accountable and challenge her to be a better version of herself. Jane Joe will need a trusted few to keep her accountable, so having a mentor will be essential. Mingling with senior executive assistants may be a good idea, as well as being part of the professional community, so she keeps her sights set on her developmental goals. I hope this has been helpful. Remember, you can apply the same approach to your current status. My advice to you is to be patient with yourself, but stay committed. Rome was not built in a day. So these simple principles and tips are what you really need to get ahead. Good luck. Don't forget to pass the torch. Listen in for more episodes on my podcast. Stay empowered and remember to empower